Have you been searching for an affordable 3-bedroom home in one of Reno's best areas and an interest rate in the threes? In this video, we're going to be going over the Humboldt floor plan at the Monarch community by DR Horton in the northwest part of Reno. This home is 1,409 square feet, priced right around $482,000. And they're currently offering an interest rate at 3.875% for a conventional loan. Cool thing about this home is that it's move-in ready and turnkey, meaning the window coverings, washer, dryer, and fridge are included. So you're probably wondering where Monarch is located, and it's located in the northwest part of Reno, right off of May Ann and the Robb Drive area. It's in a super convenient location. You can actually walk to the Raley's grocery store and shopping center, which is right across the street. And you can get to Walmart, Safeway, Ross, and a handful of restaurants, bars, and shopping just down the street, whether you go left or right off the May Ann area. I would say you're only about 10 minutes or less away from the downtown Reno area, maybe about 15 minutes away from the Reno airport and Costco, and you're only about 10 or so minutes away from the University of Nevada at Reno. All right, today we're going to be touring the Humboldt floor plan at the Monarch community by DR Horton in one of Reno's best neighborhoods in Northwest Reno. This home is 1,409 square feet, has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and a 2-car garage, and it starts right around $482,000. But one of the best parts is they're currently offering a 3.875% conventional rate. All right, so here's the Humboldt, and this is pretty standard in most DR Horton homes these days. So what you see is what you get. You can't change any of the colors or things inside of the home, but that's what also makes it a streamlined process. So if you don't like the color of the kitchen countertops or the cabinets, unfortunately, you'd have to pick a different lot. So right here, you got some nice neutral LVP flooring. I actually have a similar LVP flooring in my home, except my LVP is a little bit lighter, but it's very durable, very easy to maintain. And then over here, you got nice 5¼ inch baseboards as a standard. I actually had to upgrade that with a different builder in my home, but they look really nice. And then over here, you have a standard knockdown texture for the paint, which is pretty typical in almost any builder. Over here, just to the left of the door, you're gonna have your coat closet. You're gonna have an outlet up top. There's gonna be your smart panel where your Spectrum or AT&T person is gonna put your modem or router. And right over here is probably gonna be your dining area, whether or not you want one. You probably don't want too big of a dining table. Otherwise, it's really gonna crowd your space. But you could easily fit 3 or 4 bar stools there, maybe 2, but I'd probably put at least 3. Over here is gonna be your nice great room area. Probably want to put your couch here. Then you got plenty of room for a nice big TV. You have the outlet on the wall with the Smurf tube, so you can hide your cables and mount it and make it look very clean. Then you have a nice big window over here with plenty of light. Over here is another view of the living area where you probably want to put your couch and TV. Down the hall to the left, you're gonna have more LVP in this powder room or half bath. What I do like is the toilet's quite a bit further back, so this is actually a pretty good sized powder room. And then they use Moen faucets and fixtures, and this is a pretty standard powder room here. And then over here, you're gonna have quartz countertops, maple cabinets. I really love quartz countertops, very easy to maintain. Over here, you're gonna have a gas stove, Whirlpool microwave. And then right over here, you're gonna have your pantry area, which is still a fairly good size. Another window here in the kitchen, nice size counter space. And then right over here, you're gonna have your dishwasher and your fridge that is included, some extra cabinets up top. And what's nice is, oh wow, I've never seen those before, but that's great. So they have a Cat 5 or Cat 6 Ethernet port there, and then they actually have an older USB port and then a USB-C port, which is kind of cool. Then over here, which is really nice, is you have a 2-car garage. The first 2-bedroom DR Horton townhouse my wife and I ever owned, it was actually our first home ever. We only had a 1-car garage, and of course I gave the garage to her. This would have been really nice. I would have loved it if we had a 2-car garage. So this is pretty standard in most homes. Only 1 or 2 builders actually finish the garage. The garages, meaning painting the walls. So basically what you see is what you get in this garage. These walls are not going to be painted. But the nice thing about DR Horton is that they give you a loop over here. So if you want to get a water softener or filtration system, which I recommend, even though our water is fairly good, it is still harder. So keep that in mind. And then this is really nice. You got a tankless water heater. So it takes a minute to get hot, but once it's hot, you can take an hour-long hot shower. All right, we're gonna take you on upstairs, show you all the bedrooms, nice little loft area. So the upstairs is gonna be carpet, so keep that in mind, but it's still gonna have LVP in the bathrooms. So right as you come up, you got a nice little loft area here. You know, if you wanna put a treadmill, an elliptical, or maybe just a work from home area, this would be a really nice spot, or maybe even a little play area for the kids. Over here to the left, you got a nice linen closet. All right, just down the hall, got your laundry area. So, well, like I said, the washer and dryer are included. So this is a super move-in ready turnkey home. Just down the hall, you got a Honeywell thermostat, which can be controlled by your phone, which is really nice. Down the hall to the left and right are gonna be your 2 secondary bedrooms. So this is a smaller bedroom for sure. Maybe it's a 10 by 10 or a 9 by 9, but if this is a kid's room or an office or just a bedroom in general, it'll do the job. Over here, you got a standard closet setup. Once again, like I said, the upstairs loft and bedrooms are gonna be carpet. And then right next to it is another bedroom. This might be slightly bigger. I do think it's slightly bigger, but not by much. Got a window here. Got another standard closet set up here as well. And then right next to that is gonna be the full bathroom that they share for both rooms. So right here, you got Petrofina countertops, maple cabinets, that same LVP flooring that was downstairs. One thing to keep in mind, although this LVP is in wet areas and they typically put it in wet areas, I still wouldn't recommend leaving water or any moisture too long on LVP, just a heads up. And then this is gonna be one of those inserts. Overall, very easy to maintain. And then make sure underneath that, they don't caulk it. I've seen some people caulk it, but I think those have some weep holes. So you want to make sure those aren't, you know, covered up. And then your attic access is going to be right here, which is right next to the laundry area and the loft area. You got plenty of smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors. And then last but not least, this is going to be the primary bedroom. So as you can see here, you have a ton of room. Got plenty of space for your king size bed over there. And in reality, if you wanted to put it over there, that's fine too, whichever way you want. I would assume they're thinking over here, because they put some outlets and Smurf tubes on the wall over here for you. But if you don't want to, you know, mount a TV, you could easily put a nice art piece, maybe the dresser there, and then you got a nice big window for plenty of light. And here's another view or angle of the room, which is a really good size. And last but not least, the primary bath. So you got dual vanities here, same Petrofina countertops. Just make sure to not leave any, you know, shakers or condensation on here for too long. You can get rings. Once again, maple cabinets, same LVP flooring, toilet. And then what's nice about this is you do have a Petrofina surround. I probably would seal this, so keep that in mind. But you got a nice walk-in shower. If you like tubs, I apologize. You're gonna have to go use the secondary bathroom. And the plumbing in here is PEX. The exterior is gonna be stucco, and you have composition shingle roofs. And then right over here is going to be the walk-in closet, carpet. And then still, we've got some nice areas to hang clothes. And then still some decent shelving here. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of the Humboldt floor plan at the Monarch community by DR Horton in the northwest part of Reno. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home at 1,409 square feet, priced at $482,000. And they're currently offering a 3.875% interest rate with a conventional loan. And if you have any questions or comments about the specific home or community, please leave them down in the comments below and I would be happy to help. And if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or possibly relocating the Reno area, I'd love to help. All my information is down below. And if you want to learn more about Reno, Sparks, or brand new construction in the area, check out some of my other videos.